at 60,000 feet on the very cusp of outer space. He is strapped in and ready to dive bomb the pernicious peddlers of the pornographic politic. So run for cover. It's the Fred Dryer Radio Show. Incoming! And now, here is your host, Fred Dryer.
Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks so very much for spending your time with us today. I am Fred Dryer, your host, and we have a special guest in studio today. My good friend Michael Horn is not with us, but his daughter Jennifer is. Jennifer?
Hello. And he's not with us, not in a bad way.
That's right.
It sounds so formal and final.
Right. That's right. I'll let you fill that in.
What a treat to be with you today, Fred. This is our first time hosting together.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it is. It's fun, and I'm very grateful, certainly, to be here to begin with. But it's also great to be alive and above ground and kicking, and in these great times that we're experiencing. And I'm coming off of a Christmas Football Jones.
Okay, so how did you do? How did you do in the football picks?
I did pretty well.
Good.
I did pretty well in football picks, and of course, when we all got together and talked about which team we're going to pick. My big thing was I'm looking at this time of year, the last certainly 3-4 weeks of the season. I look at what teams are now healthy and starting to gear up, and it's a no-brainer when Atlanta goes to New Orleans to pick Drew Brees over the Falcons. And not only did they win.
They handily won, didn't they?
They handily won, but Drew Brees, he is as blistering hot as you can possibly ask. It's one thing to win these games. It's another thing to go into these playoffs, to go into the last 2 or 3 weeks with a very, very healthy and hot quarterback.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees is certainly that.
What about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers
Holy
is as
smoke.
Well. Aaron is
Packers.
too. So we're going to get I think the best of the playoffs coming up. We're going to get the best of the quarterbacks, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Now, you're a former football star, so I don't want you to have to put anything on the line, but if you were a betting man, which I know you're not, right now, who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
I think it's going to be either Green Bay or New Orleans. And that game the show-off between those two will be in Green Bay, and certainly the elements probably play a role in that, but could be anyway. So it's one of those two teams, and then probably in the AFC, maybe it's the Ravens, maybe it's the Patriots. Teams that have real good defenses and ridiculous offenses. Green Bay doesn't have the best defense this year as they did last year, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. I think if you're able to score points, it comes down to who has the ball last. And I think that all these great quarterbacks, whether it's Brady, whoever it's going to be, is able to bring you back as much as they possibly can, and it's going to be I think going to be a very good, exciting football season this year. But we're optimistic as to what can happen, and it's going to be very exciting. And other than that, that's pretty much all I know. I hear the music.
It's very loud.
Why is it loud?
I don't know. We'll check on that during the break. It is very loud music, I will tell you that much.
Well, listen, music aside, we've got an awful lot to talk about here in this hour, and we're so grateful that you folks decided to be with us. And hold on tight.
Lots of fun coming up next. It is the PM Show with Fred Dryer on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Stick around.